James Weber is not your average student. He works hard in his classes as he is a pre-med student at Oklahoma State, but spends his time outside of school working on turning his spares into strikes. He is the vice president for the OSU club bowling team, which practices twice a week on Wednesday and Thursday. The practices help them prepare for their scheduled tournaments that happen multiple weekends out of both semesters. We wanted to dive deeper into one of the faces of the bowling team, so we asked James Weber a few questions.
So James, as a pre-med student, how are you able to stay focused on school while also being a huge part/leader of the OSU club bowling team?
Well, yeah, being pre-med, it's a lot of work, a lot of studying, a lot of time put into it. I use bowling as this club as something to take my mind off of it, give myself a little mental break. So when I really have to lock down and study a whole bunch, I can go back and do it pretty easily.
So what is your specific role or some specific task you have to do as the vice president of the club bowling team?
I have to reimburse, we have to pay for our practices out of pocket, but we reimburse ourselves by submitting the receipt to the club through a form to club sports. I do that for our president. I also help with booking hotels. I help with deciding who goes to tournaments. I drive to tournaments. I help pick lineups when we're at the tournaments, and I just do my best to give general advice when I can.
The team's home for practices is Frontier Lanes, but they're looking to relocate to practice at the hub when the construction is completed.
How has James been a leader or a friend to you while on the club bowling team?
So anytime that I have any issues with my game or am unsure what to do in the current situation, I ask him and he gives me advice on how to adjust where I'm standing or what equipment I'm using. And he brings good energy whenever we're at tournaments, and he's just a good bowler.
There are many students like James on club teams that are good enough to play on D1 teams and are actively trying to talk to OSU about getting more official teams. The club team doesn't get funding from Oklahoma State, but that doesn't stop many students' love or competitiveness for their desired sport.